Hello everyone, I'm Amit, a computer science educator and trainer from India, and in this session of remote learning, we are going to see that how we can use FlipGrid and the flipped classroom approach. And before going deep into the tools, I'll just want to refer a document which is the Future of Jobs report published by World Economic Forum recently, and according to this document, the top 10 skills, which are also sometimes referred as 21st century skills, which are required for every student to be successful in the job market beyond 2020, are published by them. And they are complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, coordinating with other, in other words we call it collaboration, and emotional intelligence, judgment and decision making, service orientation, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility. So in all these top skills, there is a skill which is missing but is mostly stressed in our education system, which is memorization, and it is not featuring in the list. So it is the only reason that most of the education systems are now thinking beyond the books. We are to change our approach, and as an educator, the onus is on us to develop ourselves first and then apply those skills in our classrooms to enrich our teaching learning process, so that student may get benefited and the skills which are actually required for them in the market should be inculcated in them. That is what important is. So I'll start with a flipped classroom, because now we are talking something that we are talking beyond the books. We are talking unconventional approaches to learning. So flipped classroom is an instructional strategy, a type of blended learning, where students are introduced to content at home and practice working through it at school. And this blended learning approach, face-to-face interaction, is actually mixed with independent study, and that too usually via technology. And in this approach, student might watch pre-recorded video at home, collaborate in online discussions, or carry out research at home, then come to school to do homework with some background knowledge while engaging in concepts in the classroom with the guidance of a mentor. So all in all, we can say the flipped classroom is focused on student engagement and active learning, giving the educator a better opportunity to deal with a mixed level of students, student difficulties, and differentiated learning styles during in-class time. So here is a diagram which is clearly indicating the approach, and it is like before going into the classroom, student prepare to participate in the class activities, and during the classroom, student practice applying key concepts with the feedback of the mentor, and then after the classroom, student check their understanding and extend their learning. So what is the fundamental differences between flipped and traditional learning approach? Your flipped is actually teacher instruct lesson at home via video, podcast, ebook, or maybe a website, and student work in class with a deeper understanding of the concepts, because they have a background and knowledge of the concept. That's why they work on the application part, and connections to the content are made. So student receive the support of teacher as per their need. But what we are doing actually, that teacher is instructing in the existing approach, and students are taking notes, students follow the guided instructions, teachers gives assessment, and student have homework. The involvement of student is very limited in this approach. Most of the work is done by the teacher, but here I think the involvement of the student has been increased, and the skills which are needed to be developed in them are being inculcated. So how FlipGrid can be used in Flip Classroom. Now we are on the tool. FlipGrid is a wonderful tool from Microsoft which can be used in the Flip Classroom approach. We create a grid here where we add a topic and initiate a discussion. Now on that this all thing is done with audio video thing. This is all about audio video, and in the flipped classroom approach, when we initiate a discussion or introduce a topic as an educator to our students or fellow educators, there are many ways to do it. One is the screen recording or screencasting. Another is the adding already existing video clip on our computer, or we can record audio video live also. So as we record, a flip code is generated. We share that flip code with our students, and they receive the same by the technology, and they share, they respond to the topic by capturing or uploading the short video that are shared with your great community. So it's like when the teacher receives that video, he or she actually provides the feedback to individual students. So two approaches are two actually important things are included here. First is the one-to-one feedback is there, because the teacher is able to see every student's feedback, because otherwise in the class we don't get much chance to give one-to-one feedback because of the time limitation, or sometime the students are not able to express themselves in front of other students. Now two technical parts are solved here. One is the video file storage issue that is not there, because video files are stored on the FlipGrid platform in the Microsoft server, which is a 3-layer and double you can say end-to-end encrypted server. So it's a very secure one. And second thing is distraction. If the teacher share a video of his own, maybe through YouTube, actually it's a commercial platform, so many advertisements are there, or sometimes other distracted videos are there, so student actually get lost, and the purpose of student engagement is defeated here. But one can have a perfect student engagement here. So now here's an example in which we can see a student has responded to my grid, and I can also supply him, I can also give him a written feedback here, or I can also grade him on the basis of a rubric on ideas and performance. If I like his response so much and I want to share with the community or the students, I can have the share button here. I can do it too. So this is how the student apply these key concepts after the feedback, and the flipped learning continues, and student attempt to learn more complex tasks also. So this is how this tool helps us, because the FlipGrid is all focused on empowering the teacher to share their voice and respect the diverse voice of others. So it's all about empathy, as it is quoted by the makers also. So FlipGrid can be used in various levels, right from pre-K, means a kindergarten level, to community level. It can be used in schools, university staff, or personal learning community too. So there are a number of applications you can apply this wonderful platform, and there are examples which are existing on the FlipGrid in this tab called Disco Library. This is actually Discovery Library. So you can discover many examples, many topics from the educators from various backgrounds, so you can get many ideas to implement in your class too. So it's all about empowering the voice of your students as well as fellow educators. And here is the desktop view of this application. This is also available on your mobile app. So thanks, and feel free to ask any question on this. Thank you. See you in the next.